Okay, we're going to look at a series of experiments now to demonstrate some chemical reactions so that the pupils can identify a chemical reaction but also look at the signs of a chemical reaction, so the kind of things they can see, hear or perhaps smell to tell them that the chemicals are changing and it's a chemical reaction. Something that you should probably try and get hold of is vitamin C tablets, the effervescent ones. You can get these from any supermarket or pharmacy, and they're great for doing simple chemical reactions with. I'm going to start off with one which just involves taking some water in a cup and putting the vitamin C tablet into the water. Now, you don't have to use a whole tablet each time. You can break it into halves to make them last longer. One thing I should say is that vitamin C tablets, there's actually two things happening when you put it into water. The chemicals within the tablet, they do dissolve, but two of the chemicals react together to form a chemical reaction. Now, to keep this simple for primary pupils, I wouldn't necessarily speak so much or at all about the dissolving aspect when you put the vitamin C tablet in the water. I would simply give them a vitamin C tablet, ask them to put it into the water, and then to try and identify why it's a chemical reaction. So to use their eyes. What do they see when the tablet goes into the water? What do they hear? Do they smell anything? And those might give an indication that a chemical reaction is happening. So we'll put this in just to see what happens. As it goes in, two of the chemicals react together, and you might be able to see on the video that there's bubbles come up from the surface of the tablet. So the bubbles are a gas. It's carbon dioxide gas that gets released from this experiment. So one of the things that people should be able to hear in this case is a fizzing. So whenever they hear fizzing, it's a gas that's been generated, and in this case carbon dioxide. So that's a sign of a chemical reaction. A gas is given off. You'll notice the water's also turned orange in colour, whereas before it was colourless. And again, that's an indication that a chemical reaction has happened. You might want to point out though that just because a colour change occurs, it doesn't always mean a chemical reaction has happened. For instance, if they took, say, diluting juice and put it into water, it also changes orange. So we've got a colour change, we've got a gas given off, giving the fizz. So two signs of a chemical reaction. If we just compare that to the toast here that I explained earlier, if you were making toast, you would see it starting to brown, or in this case, burn, which again is a colour change. A bit like here, we're getting a colour change. When you make toast also, you can very often smell the toast as it's burning in this case. And again, that's gases being given off that you're smelling. So again, you can draw a comparison with the toast that you've possibly introduced earlier with this experiment here. So just to summarise, a good little chemical reaction to start with. Fizzing, gas is given off, colour changes too, and they're two signs of chemical reactions. So a nice little intro to chemical reactions.